All right, let's see what we got here. So, I wanted to talk about unemployment. I don't have enough ink to go over unemployment. So, the unemployment report came out, and people were like, this isn't bad. We're actually doing really good. The bad part was that they were forecasting severely negative numbers, and they beat those negative numbers. I think it's 4.2% previous. We're still at 4.2%. But they were predicting less, a lot less. And so we have that shipping ports are laying off staff. I got stuff in here: MGM Resorts, concierge staff reduction, contact center reduction, MGM, Bet MGM. That's like, all the sports app betting. They're reducing their workforce. Intel, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Automatic, Wayfair, TikTok's getting rid of 300 people. ConocoPhillips, a lot of oil companies in the West Texas Permian Basin. That's WTI, West Texas Industrial Crude. Um, they're laying off people like crazy. They're shutting down wells. They're shutting down wells. We'll have to do a separate video about oil, but a lot of people are losing their jobs in West Texas. And they just had an earthquake today, so thoughts and prayers with those people out there. Starbucks, Grubhub, people are getting laid off left and right now, and it's starting to grow as the demand from the consumer, that's us, wanes, and we start saving our money. People are getting laid off. Lots and lots of people. This is just a really short list. There's a lot more than this. And in the jobs report, we also got that I'm sure not the jobs report, the non-farms payroll. The non-farms payroll, the previous government employee list was going to be $19,000. It's 10. So 9,000 government full-time employees are gone. But we saw that coming with Doge and everything, so no big surprise there. Yeah, so U.S. private payrolls actual is 167,000 compared to the previous 209,000. So that's a huge reduction. Um, yeah, a lot of people are getting laid off right now. This is to be expected, though. This is to be expected. When you have, at the very same time, companies saying we're seeing less sales, like I was saying before, McDonald's, Costco, a lot of other companies, they're seeing less and less income, and Tesla even, they're seeing less sales. Politically, there's reason for that, but company after company after company is saying we're seeing less income from the consumer, but they're seeing income still coming in from business to business, like Nvidia, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, but not from us because we're saving our money, and we should be. We should be. We're saving our money. They're getting less income from it, and because they're getting less income, they're laying people off. Not just that, but if you look at it from the reverse side of it with tariffs, there's going to be a lot less stuff coming in from China. Less stuff from China means less stuff on the shelves of Walmart to sell, less stuff in every storefront to sell, less stuff for Amazon to sell. And if there's less stuff to sell, you don't need as many workers to sell it or to manage your stock or to restock the shelves. You just don't got to worry about it. You're also predicting a lot less income because there's going to be a lot less discretionary spending and, a lot less spending on things you don't really need. That's just not going to happen anymore. So, yeah, layoffs are just going to perpetuate. Think for this quarter, we're seeing, challenges and strife within the earnings reports. That's to be expected. I think also we're seeing weakness in the consumer. That's to be expected. We're seeing retail sales drop. That's to be expected. I think it's next quarter when we get to the next quarter, which is March, June. When we start in June for the next quarterly results, I think that's when we're going to start seeing the damage from the business to business portion of corporate earnings. We're going to start seeing damage from the severe savings and fear from the consumer, us, really impacting the budget sheets of these companies. We're really going to see that jobs unemployment number start going up and the actual amount of jobs being reported going down. New jobs, available jobs going down. There's been this thing, though, I just want to bring it up real quick. There was news stories about it in 60 Minutes and CBS and Fox News about Silicon Valley resume harvesting. So they were posting tens of thousands of fake jobs that they weren't hiring for, just to resume harvest as many resumes as they can, to get as much data as they can, as many people as they can. They harvest your data from, Facebook and X.com and everything else, and TikTok does too. But they found another way to get your data, and that was through your resume. But because they did that, it it legitimately made it look like there were a lot more job openings than there actually were. Those jobs didn't exist, but tens of thousands of jobs that aren't real. We were all being conned to get our resumes into their databases. So that happened too. That's still going on right now. There's a lot of people complaining about that. They're applying for jobs they're qualified for, never getting a call. And those jobs stay open for 2, 3 months and then just disappear. Anyway, so unemployment report, not as good as we thought. There was a lot of scary information coming out. The Federal Reserve, regarding jobs numbers, the Federal Reserve let it slip that they saw weakness in the job market and in the unemployment numbers they were seeing, people being laid off. The amount of people they see being laid off as being a growing trend. So the Federal Reserve has already admitted this is the beginning of it. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get worse. They see it growing, though at the moment it's not super concerning. But the Federal Reserve doesn't forecast. They don't do that. We do that. So, all right, I'll do some more videos and then I'll talk to y'all later. Get in the comments.